Well, the two things that we would like to know more about. One is how much the vaccine actually prevents severe disease, which is really something that we really need to assess, but for which there's some initial data that shows that the results could be good. And the other is we have accepted to use the vaccine in people over 65 years of age, but we still need more data to see how it's going to fare in that age group. Still, for many countries that will have this as the only vaccine, the SAGE, the strategic advisory that you mentioned, the strategic advisory group that you mentioned, thinks that it is not appropriate not to vaccinate people over 65 with this product.
How widespread the world over is the UK variant of the coronavirus?
Apparently, it has spread in the United States. We have had a few strains here in Mexico. But apart from that, there is very little other data to show whether this vaccine, this variant really has spread more than that. In the case of the South African strain, apparently it has spread to other African countries, but outside of Africa, its frequency has been very, very few.
Okay, of course AstraZeneca is going to work on a new vaccine. It says it's going to take months to develop to be effective against this new strain. Will all the other vaccines on offer need to do the same thing?
Well, today we had a long meeting organized by WHO precisely about that. And there were two things that were very interesting. One is that the possibility of modifying the existing vaccines to be useful against the variants is very high. And on the other hand, the people who have to approve these vaccines, the regulatory authorities, I don't know how the one in Australia is called, but it would be the equivalent to the FDA in the US or the EMA in Europe, have said that they will not need long trials with these new vaccines to be able to approve them. The only thing that we will need is to show that when given to humans, they cause a similar response in the sense of production of antibodies as the previous one. And those are great news because it means that we can have modified products in a very short period of time.
Let's look at what we're all anticipating, and that is vaccinations worldwide. How long do you anticipate it will take to vaccinate everyone who needs and wants to be the world over?
If we have a good supply of vaccines, and that seems to be the main if for now, I think that by the end of next year, we will have a large majority of the population of the world vaccinated. I think we have to do that fast because one of the problems that we have seen is that once we start creating antibodies with a vaccination, then the virus tends to mutate more quickly. So we have to protect the people at a faster rate than we have been doing. And what has really hindered the vaccination is the supply, not the capacity for us to actually get the vaccines into the arms of people.
Right, okay, so that's certainly a problem in production of them. Just finally, Alejandro, is WHO looking at ivermectin for early mild cases?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Let me ask that again. Is the World Health Organization looking at approving ivermectin, but only for mild early treatment of COVID-19?
And I have really nothing to do with the treatment part of the whole products that are being developed. So I wouldn't be able to tell you about that. What I can tell you is that we have in the pipeline at least 4 more vaccines, 5 that we will be looking up soon to be able to have a much bigger arsenal really of products that can be used worldwide for the protection of the people, especially, as we have said before, to reduce the number of deaths and to reduce the number of people in hospital so that our health force can stay healthy and not overburdened.